Foreign media are reporting on Dongfeng 27 hit accurately. An aircraft carrier in motion 5,000 kilometers away. That means you basically have this ability. US Pentagon leaks said our missile is accurate. And the blow was hard and the distance was very far. Terminal speed Mach 15. The United States currently has no way to defend large formations. According to the United States, 5,000 kilometers is not the maximum range. It's 8,000 kilometers. If launched offshore, can be in the middle of the ocean. Containment of US aircraft carriers. It has no chance or ability. Arriving around China. China's ballistic missiles can hit aircraft carriers. This is not news anymore. But the ballistic missile really hit the aircraft carrier. This is the first time I've heard of it. In the video just played, Du Wenlong, a military expert from mainland China, said. According to Western media reports, China's Dongfeng 27 hit 5,000 kilometers away. Aircraft carrier in motion. Currently, this video already exists. Over 1 million views. Not only that, Dongfeng 27's terminal speed can reach Mach 15. It is impossible for the United States to intercept. The scariest thing is, its maximum range can reach 8,000 kilometers. What is this concept? American aircraft carrier. Sitting inside a military port in Hawaii. China's ballistic missiles. You can get it from the mainland. If what Du Wenlong said is true, I think the CCP should stop talking about attacking Taiwan. It's no problem to fight aliens. Not a single word of this news is credible. Even punctuation marks. I suggest you not to believe it easily. First of all, there is no Western media. Report this news. If you don't believe it, you can search it on Google. You enter the keyword of Dongfeng 27. In recent months, no news about Dongfeng 27. If it is really reported by foreign media, that could only have been written by Wilson Edwards. Secondly, Du Wenlong said he hit a moving aircraft carrier. This is even more nonsense. Excuse me, did you hit an American aircraft carrier? Or a Chinese aircraft carrier? If it hits an American aircraft carrier, it's tantamount to declaring war on the United States. It's morning and the headlines are here. The United States currently has 11 aircraft carriers. Everyone has a name and a surname. Please tell me, which aircraft carrier was hit? Let's take a step back and talk about it. What if Du Wenlong made a mistake? What he actually wants to express is, the Dongfeng missile hit a moving target ship. This statement is actually very problematic. Fly 5,000 kilometers. What is the concept? Launch bases for all Chinese ballistic missiles. They are all located at the junction of eastern Xinjiang and Gansu. It's a desert, no man's land. China has a large number of missile test launch bases there. From there, it's 5,000 kilometers eastward. This distance is almost to Guam in the United States. Test firing missiles is not just lip service. Generally speaking, there are two things to do. First, you need to set aside a certain no navigation zone. Tell yourself and the international community, in such a time period, you must not come to this area. I launch missiles. If you come here, I accidentally hit you. What should I do? Second, you need to send your electronic reconnaissance ship to the missile hit area. Why do you do this? Collect various flight parameters and signals. Even consider the task of salvaging and recovering the wreckage. So when we consider these 2 points, we know Dongfeng 27 flies 5,000 kilometers, hitting the target ship. It never happened at all. Over the past period of time, China is near the second island chain. There has never been a no-fly zone. No electronic ships have been dispatched to the vicinity. More importantly, you launched missiles near the second island chain, Guam. The wreckage of these missiles. What to do if the Americans salvage it? This is your most advanced weapons system. You're showing your underwear to the Americans. Let's give an example. China tests anti-ship ballistic missile Dongfeng 21D. The location of its target ship once was in the East China Sea. Once was in the South China Sea. They are all not far from the coast. It is very convenient for China to carry out monitoring and salvage recovery. So Dongfeng 27 didn't fly 5,000 kilometers. Didn't hit the target ship either. There is no terminal speed of Mach 15. So what kind of weapon system is Dongfeng 27? What kind of performance does it have? Dongfeng 27 in March and April does appear in the news. In early April this year, Pentagon reveals massive amounts of leaked intelligence. Most of them are related to the war in Ukraine. But there are also several news related to China, including Dongfeng 27. What do Americans say about Dongfeng 27? Actually very brief. Just a few words. That's what it says inside. China test fires a new medium-range ballistic missile, capable of carrying glider warheads. The code name of this missile is Dongfeng 27. In test firing, this missile was within 12 minutes, flying 2,100 kilometers. The US military believes this missile poses a certain threat to the United States, possible to break through US missile defense system. That is to say, at the beginning of this year in China, when testing the Dongfeng missile, all flight parameters are completely controlled by the Americans. How did Americans master it? The United States is currently facing China. Monitoring capabilities for launching ballistic missiles is very powerful. Basically, you launch any missile from the mainland. Americans can see and monitor it. First of all, there are infrared early warning satellites in the sky. When you launch a missile, because the speed is too fast, friction generates heat. Generate large amounts of infrared signals. These infrared signals are captured by satellites in space. They can provide the earliest warning, but cannot give precise positioning. It doesn't matter. In Leshan, Taiwan, there is also paving roads to capture radar. Its detection distance can reach 3,000 to 5,000 kilometers, basically covering the entire China area. And there are THAAD missiles in South Korea. The radar equipped with the THAAD missile is very advanced. It's called AN-TPY-2 radar. It's an X-band radar. X-band has a very short wavelength. Positioning accuracy is very high. But the only problem is that the decline is relatively fast. Generally speaking, they are all used as fire control radars or a close-range detection radar. But American technology use X-band. You can reduce the radar detection distance of the THAAD missile. Achieve 2,000 to 3,000 kilometers. If such a detection distance is placed in South Korea, basically, as soon as China's ballistic missiles take off, can be seen by THAAD. This is why the CCP is so opposed to important reasons for deploying THAAD in South Korea. Besides, the United States also deploys THAAD in Japan. But it's not THAAD's missile. It's THAAD's radar. There are two complete sets of AN/TPY-2 radars deployed in Japan. It is the entire Japan-US alliance missile defense system. The most critical part. Of course, their main target in peacetime is North Korea. China is also within their monitoring range. With these various detection methods, means, whenever the Chinese Communist Party, what kind of ballistic missile tests were conducted, their missile flight paths and speeds can be discovered by Americans. So the parameters of Dongfeng 27 are known to Americans. Not surprising. In video, Du Wenlong talked about it. The terminal speed of Dongfeng 27 can reach Mach 15. This bullshit is really a bit exaggerated. According to data from the United States, 12 minutes flight, 2100 kilometers. Its speed is 175 kilometers per minute. That is Mach 8.5. This is the average speed of the missile over the entire distance. Generally speaking, missiles are fastest in mid-flight. Why? Because the missile flies in the upper atmosphere. Minimal air resistance. English has a professional term. It's called burnout speed. It refers to the speed at which a ballistic missile runs out of fuel. Generally speaking, it's a ballistic missile. Maximum speed throughout flight. It's achieved in the sky. Take the United States Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missile as an example. Its burnout speed, probably Mach 23. This enables it to be done within tens of minutes, flying more than 10,000 kilometers after the missile re-enters the atmosphere. Although potential energy is constantly converted into kinetic energy, but due to severe friction with the atmosphere, causing a decrease in speed. If we still consider the example of Dongfeng 27, its average speed is Mach 8.5. Then its maximum speed, most likely above Mach 10. This is achieved outside the atmosphere. Final terminal velocity, possibly at Mach 8, or within Mach 8. The terminal Mach 15 mentioned by Du Wenlong does not exist. About Dongfeng 27. Do you still have anti-ship capabilities? No evidence yet. Ballistic missile. It's not the same thing as anti-ship ballistic missiles. It's not a model either. We know the Dongfeng 21 missile. There are 4 models in total. Call it A, B, C, D. The first 3 models, A, B, C, all of them hit the ground. Only Dongfeng 21D is an anti-ship missile. Same reason. The same is true for Dongfeng 26. Dongfeng 26A is a ground attack. Dongfeng 26B is an anti-ship ballistic missile. From the research and development history of the People's Liberation Army of the Communist Party of China, it is always a newly developed one. Land attack ballistic missile. On the basis of this missile, further development of anti-ship ballistic missiles. Dongfeng 17 launched a few years ago. And this year's Dongfeng 27. As the first generation product of this type. It should be said. Just the type of ground attack. Does not have anti-ship capabilities. At present, China has the ability to attack the US fleet. Anti-ship ballistic missile. There are only 2 types. That is Dongfeng 21D and Dongfeng 26B. Dongfeng 27. It should be combined with Dongfeng 17. Glider warhead. Adopts Dongfeng 26 2-stage rocket booster. Greatly increased range. In simple terms, it is the enhanced version of Dongfeng 17. When discussing ballistic missiles, there are two common nouns. A man named Qian Shuesan ballistics. One is called Sanger ballistic. Qian Shuesan ballistics in simple terms. That is, after the missile re-enters the atmosphere, pull up the warhead to make a certain glide. The advantage of this is that it can increase the range. Qian Shuesan ballistics is also called boost glide ballistics. The Sanger ballistics is more complex. After the missile re-enters the atmosphere, will use the principle similar to water and water. Will bounce back again out of the atmosphere and then return to the atmosphere. Form an up and down trajectory. What's the advantage of doing this? Is that ballistic missile trajectories are more difficult to predict. This is Sanger ballistics. Dongfeng 17 and Dongfeng 27. The Sanger ballistics is used. Doing so sacrifices terminal speed. Motorized track change. Increases the possibility of evading interception. The United States also has a hypersonic weapon. Also used is a gliding body warhead. It's the Dark Hawk missile. This missile will start this year to serve in the U.S. Army. After the U.S. Navy, this weapon will also be equipped. From a technical point of view, Dongfeng 27 using gliding body warhead has decent shooting range and the ability to maneuver. It really raises the threat to the U.S. military. Judgment based on current information. There is no Dongfeng 17 and Dongfeng 27. Any record of hitting a moving target at sea. It also proves it from the side. These two missiles. In fact, it's just a ground attack weapon. U.S. Navy aircraft carrier formation. No threat. What they can really threaten. It is a U.S. military base in the Asia-Pacific region. Such as Guam, such as Okinawa. Even Hawaii. However, in the eyes of many Chinese media people, the performance of this weapon has been exaggerated more than twice. The range has become 8,000 kilometers. Reached the level of intercontinental missiles. The terminal speed suddenly reaches Mach 15. It has even hit an American aircraft carrier. If bragging can win a battle, then the CCP's army. Already able to rule the world. The emergence of Dongfeng 27. It has indeed improved China's strategic weapons. Threat to U.S. military bases. But that doesn't mean Americans are completely defenseless. The United States recently visited Guam. An integrated air defense system will be deployed. 20 sets of anti-aircraft weapons of various types are deployed, including THAAD Patriots. Even the Navy's Standard 3 missiles. So how will the United States prepare? What about the military base in Guam? We will bring you the next program. I am a wealth accumulation channel. See you in the next episode.